What's going on, everyone? It is your girl, Queen, and thank you for joining me on my podcast. I really appreciate it. We will be discussing many topics and themes like celebrity gossip, politics, life lessons, and etc. Please think of me as that homegirl that you've been knowing for years. Remember, the motto is never judge a book by its cover before opening it up and reading it, and agree to disagree. Just stand on what you're saying, period. So sit back, relax, please like, share, comment, give feedback, because remember, this show is for the people. Love, peace, and unity. Mwah! What's going on, everyone? It is your girl, Queen, and this is Hot Topics. Let's jump right on into it. So, the first topic we'll be talking about is LeBron James' sons. I'm talking about sons, but I mean son had went to prom, right? So he took Snow Bunny, aka a Caucasian young lady, beautiful lady. So therefore it basically caused a lot of controversy. I know people are like, what is the big deal? Because this is, in this day of time, interracial relationship is not, a big deal and stuff like that. But some people still kind of get definitely kind of turned off about the situation, because I feel like that, especially when you're a high up in black man, for as like a black man, whether you was born into a nice family, a black nice family, or whether you had to earn your way to get it, people will always, I feel like, especially with black men, look at them a certain type of way when they date outside their race. Because let's just keep it real, a lot of young black men, especially, when they have money and stuff like that, it's always a status. And I could be wrong, and you can chime in if you want to, leave a comment or whatever. But the issue is the simple fact is that a lot of young black men, or even older black men, I feel like when they date outside their race, it's always I don't know, it's some type of underlying motive behind it. You see what I'm saying? Yes, it's true that they can like what they like. Now, when it comes down to LeBron James' son, I really did not think it was a big deal. I know a lot of people was upset. Like, they was really going in on the comments. They was going in on LeBron James, because they feel like, hey, you supposed to be, pro-black, and you supposed to be standing up, even though he is a basketball player. They feel like LeBron James have spoke out on different type of subjects dealing with racism and everything else. But I do have to admit that I don't understand why a lot of people was upset to know that his son had or dates white women, is because the simple fact is that I think it came out like a while back ago, because he only was like posting, or he made like a collage of beautiful women, and all of them was outside his race, wasn't none of them black. So, and then on top of that, somebody did make a good point. They were just like, you have to understand, he was born into, basically wealth because of his dad. So let's just be honest, he might go to a school that is mostly Caucasian people. So therefore you have to take that into consideration too. Like, at this time in his life or whatever, or in his, when he was younger, he probably did not have to deal with a lot of stuff that a lot of upcoming black men had to deal with. Anyways, Dr. Umar Johnson, he went in. He definitely, y'all know he don't like that. He went in, and they posted a clip of something. Well, he reposted a clip of him basically when he did an interview about interracial relationships. So let's just see what he said.
Commitment to black people is being committed to a black woman. It is still a contradiction. No matter how much you think you did for the struggle, if you really were concerned with black people, you would have committed yourself to a black woman. So it doesn't matter how successful they are. It doesn't matter how great you may claim them to be. At the end of the day, you didn't think enough about your own people to marry a woman who looks like you. Your greatest commitment.
I appreciate you and I love you, but you are no use to me with that white woman on your arm. I appreciate.
Okay, so that's what Dr. Umar Johnson, he actually retweeted that, and he was just saying how he basically put the blame on LeBron James. Like, if LeBron James has some type of control, like, how dare you allow your son to basically take a Caucasian young lady to prom instead of looking for a black woman or anything in that nature. And I would love to hear you guys' comments on that. Like, how do you feel about interracial relationship? Do you feel like it's always like an underlying issue when it comes down to dating outside your race? Like, it's something, some type of trauma, or do you feel like it's a preference? Because me and my friend, we was talking about the issue, and it did come up because it was kind of like, I think she was having an issue because she just felt like I can never get with a dude that basically date outside his race. Like, I would never respect him for that. And then I was just like, well, what was the, like, what is the issue with that? And I personally, when it comes down to interracial relationships, I'm not for it or against it. Like, I'm not, I don't care. But I will say the only thing that bothers me is when, let me just keep it real, black men especially, because you don't really see this out of a lot of black women that date outside their race. I don't like when black men date outside their race and then they tend to try to compare these women that to black women, and we have seen that a lot. Like, a lot of times they like, oh, I like somebody exotic, I like somebody, you know what I'm saying, I like white women because they do this and they do that, or they say this or they act like this. And it's kind of like, but at the end of the day, you don't play about your mama, and your mama was a black, dark skinned woman, or a black woman in general, and you have so much love and respect and everything for your mom, but then you have the audacity to sit up here, and once you get to a certain level in your life, this is the same. You don't want to date a black woman because you feel like we're aggressive, or you just project some type of negative type of vibe. And I know a lot of people be like, well, no, it's not like that. But yes, sometimes these brothers can be deeper into their thoughts. They can be so deep into their thoughts when it come down to strategically picking a lighter skinned woman, or, you know what I'm saying, or dating outside their race. And that's the reason why it just lays a stigma. So what do you guys think? Do you think people was overreacting because it's only prom, or do you feel like it's something deeper within that? What are your thoughts on interracial relationships? Are you for it or against it? Okay, so woman says, I don't know why they say a woman, but a woman says your man should be taken care of every morning before he heads off to work. Now, this lady did like an interview, so let's see what she said. I thought it was an interesting clip.
You should never leave your man without busting a nut.
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Before he walks out that fucking door, okay? Like, whether it's head, whether it's sex, when he walks out that door in the morning, he needs to be empty. He ain't think about nobody else, nothing else. Rick come fucking bitching at him at work. Nigga, please, my dick got sucked this morning. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? My bitch got me. You know what I'm saying? That way, when you come home and I'm just chilling, you appreciate what I did for you in the morning time. You should never leave your man without busting a nut.
Okay, so basically, of course, you heard the clip, and she was saying that you should not leave your man without satisfying him. Oh my goodness. Now, I mean, of course, this was a big debate, but I really would like to hear from you guys. Do you feel like that is definitely a yes or no? And it's funny because somebody else sent me this clip to talk about it, and me personally, I like to go through the comments and read, and they was a little, of course, the men's was all for it. And then the women was like, they was like, oh, it don't matter, a man still gonna cheat and do what he wanna do. My opinion on it is, when it comes down to your situation and you being with a person, yes, it is a big thing to compromise. And me personally, I'm not a morning person, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not a morning person because I feel like we need to be getting up, getting the eye boogers out our eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got morning breath, dragon breath. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like in the morning time, I ain't really in the mood to be on and being like pounce on me. So I'm more like a vampire. I like to get it on at night. That's when I do my best work. And I'm just saying. But I definitely feel like that you should not hold yourself up to a standard of taking care of your man every morning. I'm just being real with you, because regardless of the fact, yes, you know what I'm saying, you might do that, but if a person still want to cheat or do whatever they want to do, or if they still have a lot of stuff going on, you giving them a pleasure right then and there is not, it's not really gonna resolve it. It might resolve it for that time period, but I think that in this day of time, like, people really need to understand, like, dig deeper into the subject, because we're so busy feeling like, oh, sex, 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 sex will cure everything, sex is the thing. So I just posted something. Matter of fact, I just posted something on my Instagram the other day, and it kind of just really summed up how I was feeling, like, for as like when it come down to intimacy. And it says it's not always about the sex. Sometimes the best type of intimacy is where you just lay back, laugh together at the stupidest thing, hold each other, and enjoy each other company. And that is so true. Like, I just feel like if you are a person peace, whether it's a man or a woman, you being in their presence, you know what I'm saying, you enjoying their company without wanting something, needing something, or feeling like it's a motive behind you even dealing with them is enough. So it's just like, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you feel like, nah, you need to please your woman and man every morning before they go off to work? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, some of y'all laying down with a person that's sitting over here thinking about somebody else while you banging their brains out. So you need to sometimes get down to the deeper root. I want a person to, like I said and say, they're intimate, like they're not only, what I'm saying, it ain't about the physically, they're in my mind to the point where I'm just like, whether you sick, whether you happy, whether you sad, I want to be in your presence. You see what I'm saying? I want to see what is the solution we can do to help that. Versus I'm feeling like anytime I come around you, if it's not like, if we not pouncing on each other, it's no connection. So yeah, so what do you guys think about that? That was something that was definitely, there was a topic that I wanted to discuss. Now, a man who has 33 kids is going viral on social media. 9 kids can make it to the photo shoot. So it was a young black man. It was a young black man. I'm sorry, because he was something. Oh, I thought this story actually had the input, but it was a young black man, and I want to say the man is only 34, 36 years old, and he have 33 kids, and he did a photo shoot. So of course the photo shoot went viral and stuff like that, because um I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, we know it's people out there with multiple kids and stuff like that. But for this young man to be literally in his 30s, it don't matter if he 31 or 39. You're in your 30s and you have 33 children. That is bizarre. And I don't know. Some of them might be twins because I'm looking at the picture. But at the end of the day, this is really sickening to me. And I mean, you guys can give your own opinion about the situation, because of course he came back after it went viral and he was like upset. He was cussing. He was like, talking about he take care of his kids, and you got people out here that only got one child, no doing. He was on his rah 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 stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how famous you are, because we had the same subject about Nick Cannon doing basically making these kids with different people and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. You have to understand, when you have multiple children with multiple women in different households, in different states, in different location, it's no way you're telling me that you're a good you might be a decent provider. I'm gonna say decent. You might be a decent provider, but you're definitely not. That doesn't make you a good father because you're there financially, because someone is always going to be neglected. We have issue with uh we have an issue with different people, you know what I'm saying? Not even we have an issue, you know what I'm saying, with people that are in the same household. Because me and my friend, we was talking about this, and he was just like, to be honest with you, it's people that's in the same household, and it's still, you know what I'm saying, like, you still cannot tend to every child need and want and stuff like that. And you definitely, so it's 10 times harder for people that are not in the same household. So for you to sit back and feel like that, that's a badge of honor. that's a badge of honor and stuff like that. That's just bizarre to me. And it says like it's very sickening because we can look at the man and be like, well, he got there, he this, he that. But then we also have to look at the women too. The women, you're not off the hook too, because for you to sit down there and consistently make children with a man that have not one committed to you, nobody's perfect. I have 3 children, so I'm not judging. But for you to sit up here, I ain't made the same. Let me tell y'all something. Let me rewind it. I have 3 children, but I ain't never made the same mistake twice. I ain't never dealt with the same person twice that then played me the first time wrong when it came down to my child. So, you can look deep into that. But all I'm saying is this to say this. If you have a warning for as if you get with a man and you literally sit up here and see him, uh, when you sit up here and you see him and you see he have multiple children and stuff like that. You see he have multiple children and stuff like that. What will make you possess you to lay down and what will possess you to lay down and make more children with him and then sit up here and feel like your child is going to be basically different? Let's just keep it real, because a lot of women, you sit up here and you be like, well, it was different. We actually had a relationship. He wanted a child. He this, and that. So what? It doesn't matter. I don't care if a man sit up here and tell me that he want. You got to put in some type of time and effort, and that's just what that is. You is not going to sit up here and lay up and make me have your child, or you know what I'm saying, or we have a child together, and I feel like that you are not a good provider and a protector for the ones that's here on this earth. It's no way. So, I mean, that's very disgusting. And I do feel like in the black household, this is definitely worse. I mean, I understand other races and stuff like that, but let's just keep it real. We ain't seen Bob Caucasian man. We ain't even seen Jose with literally multiple children and multiple baby mamas. Let's just keep it real. And in the black household, this is very sickening because we are literally, you know what I'm saying, or it's so many black single women. And I know some people be up there like, oh, well, it ain't the dude fault and this, and that. But it's like, come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying, 33 children, and then you are literally 36 or whatever, you in your 30s. That's definitely not what's up. But then you have the state have the audacity to sit up here and tell women what they should do to their body, but they not sitting up here doing nothing when it comes down to these men that are making multiple children and not even providing. Some of these dudes are literally going 20. They're literally going what? They're literally going like uh 10, 15, 20 years and not even, of course, if their baby mama got them on child support, but they're going years without even having to support their children until like what? Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, it's just eye sickening. What do you guys thought about that? Do you feel like, hey, you know what I'm saying, God ain't gonna give you too much you can't handle, or do you feel like it's definitely irresponsible? What are your thoughts on the black community consistently producing more and more children, and the character flaw in that and the reason behind that? So I would love to hear you guys' opinion. This wraps up today's session. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you a lot. Mwah.